One of the most important things to realize in your business is that you need a proper foundation. You cannot build a business or a building without a foundation. What's going on, guys? Justin Woll here, once again, founder of Beyond Six Figures, and in this video, we'll be walking through each and every system that we use in our own stores and our own businesses as BSF to not only find consistency in our stores, but to also scale to make sure we have every system working consistently and proper as well. The entire foundation we'll be covering today, and do stay until the end. I have a very special early Christmas gift for you guys as well. So make sure you do stay until the end. You won't be sorry. So as you guys know, here at BSF, we are very well known for being very consistent with our building and scaling of Shopify stores, and really businesses in general. One of the many things that we've done over the years is actually develop countless systems that enable us to actually have consistency. That's why our students do so well also. But that doesn't change much when it comes to our own stores also. We're using these systems for our own businesses because when you have systems, you're able to actually have predictability and scale thereafter. In this specific store, it's a little less than 3 months old. It's done over $200,000 in revenue, and it's literally about to go ahead and scale to the moon. We've done $5,000 the past few days, every single day, and it's having a 20 to 30% profit margin. Keep in mind as well, we can easily scale this at 10, 20, 30K a day, but that would not be the smart thing to do. We want to safeguard our processors and make sure our consumers are happy to keep our Facebook page feedback score high as well. So throughout the video today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what we've used and the exact systems that we've used to actually generate consistency in our stores just like this, okay? So I want you guys to know this is literally a brand new store. We haven't had this for a year or 2 years or anything. This is brand new, literally over the last 3 months. Okay, and I want you guys to see that this stuff is actually capable and you're actually able to make things happen when you have the right systems. And that's exactly what we're gonna walk you through today. So we start off with product research. The number one thing you should do here is actually compile a list of 20 products. Your best friend in this game is gonna be momentum, which means that you literally have to set yourself up for success and momentum. And that happens like this. Don't just be that guy who creates one product, one landing page, and then launches the ad, right? And then you have to go back and look for other products because your first product probably won't be a winner. Keep that in mind. You should be the guy who sets yourself up for success and creates 20 products, gets 20 products, creates 20 landing pages, 20 videos, 20 actual targeting sheets, and pretty much all of your assets for these first 20 products. So keep in mind, step one is finding those first 20 products that go through a very strict and rigorous product research system, just like the one that we have here at BSF, which is very important. We actually had a student on one of our actual inner circle personal masterminds yesterday. His name's Josh. He hasn't had success in e-commerce for a while. He joined Beyond Six Figures and started to use the exact same systems we're going to be revealing to you guys today, and he's doing over $1,000 a day after only a few weeks of using the systems, and he couldn't do that before. BSF gives a true foundation to enable you to actually have predictability and consistency in your business. The first rock and roll move is product research. Use a rigorous system like the BSF one and find 20 products. That's your first line of business there. What we call the 20-20 rule is finding those 20 products, making sure they're validated, and then moving on to your next step. To go ahead and walk a bit more through what this product research system entails, it's actually a multi-validation approach, which means that we're using a combination of social sites and online data to make our determinations on if we should sell a product in a certain market or not. Meaning that we're not going to be throwing random products at the wall. We're going to be doing actual investing of our time into the research to determine if it's a good product to actually test. Keep that in mind. We'd rather spend our time now and less money later. That's the whole name of the game with starting off in e-commerce. So with that validation approach, we have things like Google Trends, Amazon, Watch Count, okay, AliExpress, and a bunch of other different social sites that allow you to actually see real-time data to make a true and real determination if this product should be tested or not. And as I mentioned before, this is one of the free Christmas gifts or Hanukkah gifts or whatever you celebrate this holiday for you guys as well. So stay until the end of the video and it will be worth more than almost every single course you've probably invested in for free on this YouTube video. Now that we have our 20 products found, because I assume you're going to take my advice there because that's one of the most important things is to make sure you actually have 20 products. Set yourself up for success. Next step is going to be your landing pages. Actually creating your product pages for each of these 20 products. And we have a very strict and rigorous template to ensure that you actually have a high conversion rate if your product is actually following the research system and has demand. With that being said, on our landing pages, we follow something called the 3-concept description, okay? Concept 1 is a 5 to 8 sentence pitch as to why your product is the best thing in the world, pretty much bringing up all the important angles in that first paragraph. Secondly, we have 5 to 8 bullet points under our pitch, okay, that are going to indicate the top benefits, not features, in our product. Keep in mind, benefits over features, because benefits are what people will pay for. Features are just what comes with the product. Keep that in mind. And thirdly, we have our actual closing statement, which is what I like to call our relatable story. Okay, our relatable story is meant to go ahead and be a 5 to 8 actual sentence paragraph, helping the actual consumer visualize themselves using the product. For example, let's say we have a teddy bear that glows in the dark at night for children. We could, instead of saying, hey, our teddy bear glows 6 different colors, we could say, hey, our teddy bear glows 6 different colors, enabling your child to fall asleep with ease. Say goodbye to sleepless nights and say hello to early mornings. Help the consumer envision themselves using the product, benefiting from it, and enjoying it as well. It goes a long way, and when you can actually help the consumer envision these things, you'll make the buying process so much easier for them. And a quick tip as well, one of the most important parts about building your website and your landing pages is actually making sure your speed load time is extremely fast, in between 1.5 to 3 seconds really. Okay, ultimately, that's why I like to use themes like Turbo as well as Gecko theme also. I have some links down below with some discounts if you guys want to grab those. But like I've mentioned, Turbo theme is great because it comes really fast. And then when you start adding a bunch of products and images and media to these landing pages, sometimes they'll get a bit slower. So it's always smart to have maybe a coder on hand or to contact someone who could give you speed optimization. Because ultimately, when you're selling on impulse on Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube, okay, people are there and watching your ad on impulse. They're not here to spend 1 million hours to watch the ad. They're here to go ahead and make a decision and move on. And if you do these things, it'll really, really help the buying process for these people and you'll make more money. So now that we've actually walked through our landing pages, we found our first 20 products and we've actually created our first 20 landing pages for all those 20 products, it's now time to go ahead and figure out who we're going to start to market these products to. And that's important. It's called targeting. You have to make sure that you're actually hitting the proper consumer before you actually move forward and start spending money on ads. Keep in mind, if you're going to be taking the easy way out, you'll be spending money on people who don't want to buy your product. And that couldn't be further from actually making progress. One of the most important things I want you guys to understand is that we use something here at BSF called algorithmic targeting. And this allows us to have an actual edge on the other marketers around us. For example, let's say we have 2 marketers. One who uses algorithmic targeting 2.0 and one who just stacks random interests. This person on the right is going to have no idea, okay, who is going to be buying their product after they get sales because they're stacked interests and they're random. And it gives you not much clarity on how to move forward and actually scale. Here in Algorithmic Targeting 2.0, you're segmenting every single category and every single keyword as well. So you can actually know who's buying from you, what type of person is actually viewing your products, and exactly which actual audiences are selling the most, enabling you to spend more money on what actually works and enabling you to stop losing money on just stacking interest with no actual categorical actual breakdown. That's going to enable you to actually have consistency and build more thereafter by having a true foundation on your business as well. Keep that in mind. Algorithmic Targeting 2.0 compared to just traditional stacking is going to get you much further for much less money because you're allowing yourself to actually categorize your keywords and see what corner of the market is actually doing well with your offer so you could spend more money where it counts and less where it loses you money. I've actually originally created this system back in 2016, 2017. We now have Algorithmic Targeting 2.0 to go ahead and work proper with Facebook systems and Facebook's updates and changes. And it's worked absolutely phenomenal through the Facebook adjustments and changes as well to be one of the most consistent targeting systems to actually have an extra edge on who's buying your product. For example, Algorithmic Targeting 2.0 is compiled of a list of 12 separate audiences, ranging from magazines, okay, types of categories, and pretty much everything else that you can think of, you'll be categorizing in your algorithmic targeting sheet. And like I said, I got a little gift for you guys at the end to go ahead and possibly have these categories given to y'all as well so you can start using them right away. 12 separate categories. We've actually removed one recently, so it's 11 now. Keep that in mind. They actually recently removed audience insights from Facebook, so we're not utilizing that tool much more. With that being said, algorithmic targeting is a way for you to differentiate yourself from the competition by seeing what corner of the market actually wants to buy your product. Let's say you have certain keywords in one category and different keywords in another category. But this category keeps getting all the sales and this one's not, just losing your money. If you were doing normal targeting and just stacking interests randomly, you would have no idea as to what corner or piece of the market is actually wanting to buy your product, right? And that's important. So now that we have information saying, hey, these keywords, these types of people like my product, I'll stop targeting these types of people who are not buying and spend my money over here on these type of keywords instead and start scaling here. Algorithmic targeting is a way for you to actually get an edge in your competition and everyone else marketing aside you so you can actually get better data and make better decisions so you can actually do better and scale your store quicker, much more efficiently and much more profitable as well. Now, let's move into our next segment of video creation. One of the most annoying parts of actually running an e-commerce business when you first start off is actually figuring out what to do with your video creation. Okay, now first and foremost, if you're not good at video creation, please don't do it yourself because that will be the one hurdle that you just can't get past that will prevent you from getting constant sales. So if you yourself are not a phenomenal editor or can't get a video that's actually presentable, created for yourself, do outsource it. do outsource it. We also have Beyond Videos here at BSF for anyone who's interested in having us create your videos for you as well. And the reason I say don't do it yourself is because, one, I'm awful at video creation, and if I did it myself, I would make no sales, and I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. Now, with that being said, it's also very important to realize how long it takes as well. So time invested is also kind of financial if you think about it. So a lot of the time, outsourcing video creation leads you to go ahead and do your other assets like targeting and landing pages in advance. Keep that in mind, right? While you're doing those things, you could get your video creation started by outsourcing it to a cost-effective agency, right? Ultimately, that's one of the most important parts first. Next, you have to make sure you're actually following a proper structure. Okay, keep in mind, what I'm giving you guys at the end, the Christmas gift, will give you just that. So be sure to go through it and watch it, okay, because it's gonna walk you through the exact portions and details of what makes a phenomenally high converting video ad. So you can actually make sure that you leave the gates proper and consistent with a good video that actually has a chance of doing well. Imagine if you're running ads online, you're creating all the videos, and they're just not good, and that was the reason why your products weren't selling. You don't want to have that happen, so if you're great at editing, phenomenal, do it yourself, save a little bit of money, but if not, I highly recommend outsourcing using our specific BSF structure that you'll see toward the end of the video from our gift. Okay, now the moment you've all been waiting for, let's get into actually launching our advertisements with all of our proven systems that we've spent time creating. As you guys know, BSF was one of the most consistent systems and e-commerce programs in the industry because of the systems I mentioned previously. Also because of the farm system as well, which is our proprietary way to get your ads up and running the right way, all the way to CBO and scaling thereafter. I want to walk you guys through exactly what that looks like, but honestly, let me get prepared first. Perfect. With that being said, one of the most important things to realize in your business is that you need a proper foundation. You cannot build a business or a building without a foundation. With that being said, you need to have an actual horizontal approach before you actually start scaling vertically. Keep that in mind, which is exactly why we start off with algorithmic targeting right on the farm system and launching that campaign. It'll be compiled of 11 different audiences, like we've mentioned, in one campaign, all on $5 a piece. Keep in mind as well, when you get to 25 sales, you'll actually start launching your remarketing campaigns also to start retargeting the people who have opted into your offer but have not bought yet. Keep that in mind. Thereafter, after 25 sales, we're gonna go ahead and aim for 100 because we're running our algorithmic campaign plus our remarketing. Once we hit our 100th sale, we will then launch what we call the Micro Big Bang campaign, which is essentially 100 audiences launched all on $1.50 budgets, enabling you to get extremely high ROAS, return on ad spend, because of how low the spend is per audience. It's going to actually train Facebook to get you lower cost per acquisition on your specific ad account, and it'll lead you to have a very, very high return on ad spend, ROAS, on that campaign thereafter. And once that happens, after about 5 to 8 days slow cook, you should be trimming audiences that are not performing. You'll have some that do perform, and of course some that don't. You should trim on that 5 to 8 day slow cook, just like we have on our farm system infographic. After the actual Micro Big Bang, you should move into Macro Big Bang. Macro Big Bang allows you to actually double leverage, so to speak, on the same campaign. You're duplicating the campaign over, just changing the budget to $5. You now have algorithmic targeting running, remarketing running, Micro Big Bang running, and Big Bang running as well. And that's what we call a real foundation, ladies and gents. We are a fan of consistency, day to day, and not up and down volatility due to all of your budget being put into one ad set. Keep that in mind. That's why we have such an incredible, consistent, actual approach that works so well, is because we build a foundation before we scale on top of it. After you have these campaigns working properly, the next step of the farm system will be CBO. You'll take your top 5 to 8 audiences from your Micro Big Bang and put them into a $150 CBO to start. What will happen here is the start of a actual vertical scale. CBO is meant to scale vertical, while your actual foundations, algorithmic, remarketing, micro, and macro Big Bang, are meant to scale on a foundational level and keep you consistent. CBO will be getting you that higher revenue, which is why it's so important. Every day that you're profitable on the CBO, you should be increasing it by a 20% budget by editing the budget at midnight. Keep that in mind. Okay, that's a bit of a walkthrough on our farm system. And like I said, ladies and gents, okay, we're gonna have an incredible kind of gift package for you toward the end of the video, so you guys can go ahead and see all of that visually and actually use it properly as well. Okay, ladies and gents, now that we're approaching the end of the video, the moment that we've all been waiting for, you're actually gonna get the opportunity to go ahead and get a blueprint for every single one of these systems I just mentioned, which is massively valuable, and honestly, it's worth more than probably every single program or course you've ever paid for to this date. I wanna give it to you guys for free so you can actually start utilizing it and actually running the business properly. So if you look down below in the description, you'll see every single actual concept that we've mentioned on this video to be able to download for yourself today, to actually start utilizing. Now, if there's any specific topic that you want to see me go more in depth on YouTube, please do me a favor. Make sure you smash the like button and also drop a comment down below. Make sure that you actually let me know what you want me to go more in depth on moving forward. Maybe it's a topic that we mentioned today, or maybe it's something else that you have in your mind. Nonetheless, let me know down below what you want to see from me in the future, and I'll be sure to make it happen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Go to the description right now and get all those walkthroughs and templates, and you'll be extremely, extremely happy that you came across this YouTube video today, because you won't do marketing the same after you have these systems in place. So guys, that's about it for today, and I'll see you on the other side.